Yo, what's going on, guys? Estee McCrawly here with another video. This time we got some more double battles here on the battle spot with this dual weather Mega Charizard team that I built. And today we got some battles. These ones are going to be rated. The teams are going to be a little more competitive. So we're just going to go ahead and get into the first battle. My opponent had a team of Crobat, her own Roserade, which I found interesting, Glade, Darmanitan, Scissor, and Milotic. So it was interesting seeing the opposing Roserade. I'm not exactly sure what he was expecting to do with it, but because he didn't bring it to the battle, so I assume it wasn't carrying Weather Ball. Not really the most common move out there. But looking here, I was looking like which or if Weather Ball would come in handy, and I saw like I could hit the Steelix for super effective damage with the Weather Ball, well, Steelix and Roserade for Weather Ball Fire, and the Darmanitan was the only thing I could hit for super effective damage with the Weather Ball Water. So that's why I decided to bring both. I felt like this was like one of those battles where uh, um, Excadrill would be alright, but there was like a little more risk involved because Darmanitan hit me for super effective damage, Roserade, Glade, and Milotic, so it was a little more of a risk to bring it. Same thing with Hitmontop. I wasn't going to do too much against this team. So the 4 Pokemon I brought is kind of my core. Clefairy, Roserade, Charizard, and Politoed. So that's kind of the core of my team. But I start off with Roserade and Charizard here. And my opponent starts out with Darmanitan and Crobat, which I'm pretty happy about that lead. I can't complain. You might say, oh, well, he's got stab super effective for Roserade, which is true, but I go for the Mega Evolution here, so I have my Sun in the back because I'm planning on switching it out. That's why I go for turn 1 Protect with Roserade, and he also protects with Darmanitan. I found that interesting, and I was like, oh wait, I know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to set up the Tailwind. I didn't consider that in the team preview, but once I saw the Darmanitan protect, I'm like, oh man, he's definitely got the Tailwind. So he gets a free Tailwind, which sucks, but I do get a Heat Wave off, which is going to do a ton of damage to the Crobat. Not going to be able to pick up the knockout, but still decent damage. I can't complain. So here I switch out Charizard into Politoed. I'm expecting a Flare Blitz or some sort of fire attack in the Roserade, and with the rain up, I should be able to survive since power can be cut in half. And he goes for the Brave Bird, and I'm like, okay, Brave Bird and the Charizard makes sense. But in fact, he actually goes for Brave Bird and the Roserade. I'm like, no, you got to be kidding me. Are you serious right now? Because I was about to knock out that Darmanitan easily with the Weather Ball. We do get a consolation prize of the Crobat from the recoil, and I actually see here that the Darmanitan had Rock Tomb. I'm like, oh, of course he had Rock Tomb. If he didn't have Rock Tomb, he probably wouldn't have done that. So that explains why he did it. Really unfortunate, since now, especially since we see he has Scissor. I mean, I'd be able to take out both these Pokemon with Weather Ball. So I go for the immediate Follow Me here. And we do see Bullet Punch probably was headed into the Clefairy slot. But with Darmanitan, he went for Earthquake. I'm like, oh crap. I didn't want Politoed to take any damage, but it happens. So Clefairy goes down. The Follow Me did nothing, but even if I didn't Follow Me, I could have Helping Handed, I guess. But I didn't really need a Helping Hand to take out this Darmanitan with Stab. Super effective Rain Boosted Scald. So we do pick up the knockout on Darmanitan. This battle's going really quick, just full of one-hit knockouts. And my last Pokemon obviously is the Charizard, which is fantastic. Here I say I'm in good position. When I see that Glade come out, I say, okay, I'm in fantastic position right now. He doesn't have super effective damage or super effective stab for either of my Pokemon. Heat Wave will easily knock out the Scissor. And the only thing is there are some Protect Mind Games. So he's going to Mega Evolve. We are going to see some Mega Glade, Yugi Moto, Seto Kaiba, whatever you want to call him. But so here I end up going for a Double Protect because I want to scout out what he's going to do, see kind of his game plan to see if he does have any super effective move to hit me with. But he just goes for Psycho Cut, Knockoff into the Charizard slot because that's obviously the biggest threat for him. But you're going to see Bullet Punch does relatively little. So a Psycho Cut, I'm like, okay, if I can live, it's game. If I don't, I pretty much lose, and I live on 5 health. So luckily I do connect the Heat Wave with the Scissor, which is more than enough to take it out. And we pick up the burn on Glade, which isn't, like, it's obviously a big deal. It pretty much seals the game, but it's not really... and here I go for Scald because I was fishing for the burn. Obviously, Ice Beam would have done more damage, but I was just fishing for a burn. My opponent's going to forfeit right there. So I assume Glade didn't have any spread moves. That's what I was expecting, so that's why I went for the Scald into him. I wanted to knock out the Scissor. So if he did have a spread move, that burn potentially could have been game-changing, depending on how much damage an Ice Beam would have done and how much that spread move would have done to Politoed. But I was fishing for the burn mainly with Scald. To be honest, I actually didn't even know that Heat Wave could burn. I just thought it was like a powerful spread fire type move. But we got lucky, but I don't think it was necessary to win that battle, since like I said it multiple times, he needed a spread move to win that one. So unfortunate that we lost Roserade. I'm not used to seeing offensive Crobats. It's cool because in VGC 2016 they were defensive, they were support. So I have to get adjusted. Just like with the weather, I'm so used to the weather being attached to the Pokemon. So it's like once Charizard goes down, the sun goes away. But no, it's not like that. So it's kind of cool to get used to that in this format. So we're gonna go ahead and get on to the next battle. And this time we actually went up against a rain team. So I was like, okay, we're going to see how we face off against another rain team. My opponent had a team of Ludicolo, Politoed, Swampert, Manectric, Talonflame, and Scizor. So here I was expecting, or we see Ludicolo and Politoed are like the core of a rain team. That's like the usual start. And then with the Swampert and the Manectric, those were his two Mega Evolution possibilities. Swampert would have Swift Swim, Manectric would have like Stab, Thunders to launch, and then Talonflame and Scizor like as another Pokemon of his choice, depending on the opponent's team. That's what I figured when I saw that. So I was like, okay, well, the core of a rain team, especially when my opponent has it, is Politoed and Ludicolo. So I saw that he had both of them, and I'm like, okay, that's probably going to be his lead. So there are some Pokemon I can take to help counteract that. I said I definitely needed Charizard in to bring it with me to get the sun up. Politoed wasn't going to be too important, and I was hoping that if he did bring Talonflame, I'd be able to use the rain against him. Like, I wouldn't need to bring my own rain with Politoed. I could use his own rain with a Weather Ball to knock out the Talonflame. So we're going to go ahead and get this second battle started. My opponent does lead with what I was expecting, Ludicolo, Politoed, and I lead with what I led with last time, Roserade, Charizard. A really good matchup here for me, but the thing is, my opponent's move is pretty obvious here. He's obviously going to want to fake out the... He's going to go for a fake out and like an attacking move. Not really that hard to figure out. So I do Mega Evolve here, and I just go for a Protect with... Or I'm obviously predicting the fake out. I go for the Double Protect because I don't want to take any unnecessary damage. So we do see he did go for the fake out into the Roserade, which was obvious because that was what was, and he actually went for the Ice Beam in the Roserade. So he's really fearing this thing, and he switches out his Ludicolo into Talonflame, and here I was like, okay, well hopefully he switches out his Politoed so that the rain can come back up and I can have that thing with a Weather Ball. But I actually end up picking up the knockout here, which is unfortunate. I mean, at this point, I wish the rain was up because then I could have hit that Talonflame with a Weather Ball and knocked it out. But he's going to bring back in Ludicolo, and I'm here. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. I can just go for another Double Protect. I was a little suspicious, a little careful, because I was like, I don't know if Talonflame's going to have Swords Dance or some sort of setup move. But he just goes for full offense, which is perfect. So... And he switches out Ludicolo again. I'm like, okay, that's fine with me. So he shows the last Pokemon Scizor, and that really surprised me. I end up switching out with Roserade and into Clefairy. So here I'm like, well, it's not even gonna matter. Like I think at this point, like especially when I see that Scizor, I'm like, okay, Clefairy and Excadrill don't matter. I can easily finish him off with whatever. And with Charizard here, I get the Ancient Power off. Nice. It's specifically for Pokemon like Talonflame, mainly ones that are either like Dragon Flyings or ones that are 4 times weak or 4 times weak to Rock type moves. So we see he's already on his last 2 Pokemon, and here I'm like, oh, he's probably gonna go for a Fake Out, and he doesn't go for Fake Out, which really surprised me. He goes for Giga Drain and the Clefairy, and he also goes for a Swords Dance on the Scizor. And up here, I'm like, oh man, I should have seen this one coming. I should have, or at least predicted better. I mean, there was no reason not to go for a Heat Wave there, because even if he Scalded Bullet Punched me, that would have been like a resisted Bullet Punch. Or even if it was a U-turn, it would have been 4 times resist. I mean, there's nothing he could have done to me there. With the Sun up, the damage of a Water type move would have been halved. So here I switch in the Excadrill because neither of these 2 Pokemon are gonna help me out that much, and I need Sun to be up just in case Charizard goes down. I can get a Weather Ball off onto the Scizor, a Fire type Weather Ball, obviously, and that's gonna be my win condition because I highly doubt that Scizor has a Spread type move. I highly doubt that. We know that Ludicolo is Scald, but this one actually has Surf, so that surprised me. And I was like, okay, this changes things up a little bit, but a Surf won't really do that much damage to Roserade, and there's nothing that Scizor can do unless he gets like a crit X-Scizor or Bug Bite or something. There's not really much that he's going to be able to do. So right now I'm hoping he knocks out my Excadrill, because so you see how much damage that did. That was resisted. So I want him to knock out. I want my Roserade and Charizard to be in, and I can go for Heat Wave Weather Ball onto Scizor, and that's pretty much going to seal the deal. Because if he double targets down Charizard, my Roserade's going to be able to finish off. If he double targets Roserade, my Charizard should be able to finish off. So the only risk here is if he targets down Roserade and then Charizard has to connect the Heat Wave, he could miss. But luckily here we do connect. You see that Bullet Punch didn't really do anything. So when I protected that first turn, I should imagine a non-boosted, because now that was a +2 Bullet Punch, so a non-boosted Bullet Punch wouldn't have done anything. So here I just went for the Weather Ball, and that actually did a lot more than I was expecting. So this could have been more of an offensive Ludicolo. We never saw Protect, so I still think it was Assault Vest, but that just did a ton of damage right there. So we were able to pick up that win against the Rain team. And Politoed, I don't know. I would have liked to play with the weather a little bit more. I don't know. I still like that about VGC 2016. The weather was so prominent that it'd be so much fun sometimes, like switching back and forth. Sometimes it'd be annoying, but other times it'd be fun just switching back and forth, playing with the weather. I thought it would have been cool there. And I wanted to hit that Talonflame with a water type Weather Ball. Never happened, but can't complain. I felt like it played pretty well. The Roserade Charizard there pretty much floored his team. I mean, even if he brought Swampert, it wouldn't have mattered. Energy Ball would have floored Swampert. Manectric, that's kind of why I brought the Excadrill, because that was the only thing, or not the only thing that could have taken care of it, but it would have easily taken care of it. So didn't have to bring Politoed since he had the Rain himself. But I felt like I really like this team. I like the mechanics. Sometimes it's a little difficult. Sometimes I feel that Ninetales would be better than Mega Charizard. Why? Because sometimes I want to switch in the Sun, but I can't because my Charizard isn't Mega Evolved. That's why I've been starting with it, so I can get it Mega Evolved and have it in the back and switch it in if I ever need it. So be coming to you with some more battles from this team. If you guys want to battle me, whether it's singles or doubles, whatever, go ahead and let me know. I like battling, getting to know. It's been a while since I've done some battles. I'm still getting to know the formats, getting to know the Pokemon, their movesets, and everything. But that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.